Alright, here we go. Let's do it. See, I kind of like the beginning of this song, too. It was another one of those, Actually, I seem to have that problem with a lot of songs, where they start off, like, 10, 20 seconds are great, and then it's like, That was a good question.
I like that one, too. Got some pretty bitchin' guitar in partway through.
Style, dream / sword. Well, my dreams are currently being slashed, so I guess it's accurate.
I just like how when Siegfried loses the time, he just hurls his sword. That doesn't seem like it would be very good for the health of the sword.
Probably not.
Maybe you should use a different sword. Isn't that just like a healing sword?
High defense. You're probably right. Let's see.
Yeah, what do you need defense for?
So edgy. There's also that, durability doesn't really matter that
No, it's a 10-second fight. It doesn't matter. I said, just watching him just fling with him.
Just fuck it!
Yeah, it does seem like something Siegfried would do. I'm fighting a ninja. I'm going to beat them in a time limit.
Maybe it's part of his contract.
He's not fighting Chip, huh?
Guess who's quicker?
Yeah.
Maybe he's just doing it as a personal challenge.
Maybe. Yeah, it sounds like something he'd do. Which is why he's so mad he throws his sword when he loses. I think you got a little closer that time.
Just a bit. And then I actually almost lost the fight. I can't get over how that sword just fucking bounces.
How the sword what? Just bounces?
Yeah.
It should make a noise.
Boing.
Just clang.
And then I got knocked out of the ring, so... Alright, we'll call it a draw. I feel like most of this playthrough is going to be spent me losing a lot.
Yep.
I used to be good at this game, I swear. Yeah, I just fucking lost in general. Not even a ring out that time, I just lost.
Oh.
I was trying to get creative by doing doing Siegfried's command through.
Yeah, don't do that.
Stick with poke.
Yes. I don't know. If it was me, I'd probably be spamming B at this point, so.
Okay. Counter! It's like 10 seconds to spare. Well, 10 milliseconds. Back to Japan. Meanwhile, the pirates are like, wow, he's actually pretty terrible at his job, but at least he's keeping the ninja here.
Yep.
There, fuck it.
And I'm just sitting here, I'm thinking of, you know that one scene in DBZ Abridged, I think it was Cooler's Revenge, where Vegeta keeps jumping at Cooler?
Yes.
Cooler, and Vegeta just keeps getting launched. This is what I picture Siegfried doing right now. You know, up until you beat him.
As a reward for defeating the female ninja Taki, like, well beyond the scope of his self-imposed time limit, Siegfried was given the 7-branched sword and a passage on a Muri vessel. The sword I seek isn't in this land. I will seek further. Siegfried's mania grew and grew. Well, he did just get beaten up a whole bunch.
Yep.
And then he went to China instead.
A lot of times.
Well, it's not...
Also, 7-branch sword.
That is kind of a common thing, apparently. Wow, that thing sucks.
Yes.
Why would I want that?
Siegfried's brain damage grew and grew. Yep.
Okay, book. What have you got? What have you got for me? Sankyo is a deep valley Oh god, it's fucking Li Long.
Oh
boy.
This is a poison fight, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Sankyo is a deep valley located in the middle part of China's Yangtze River. Is that how you pronounce it? Yangtze?
I think so.
Yangtze?
Yangtze.
Whatever.
Yangtze, something like that.
Siegfried heard tales of a river thief and had been collecting swords. He decided to investigate, just like that. Give up your sword. A man dropped from the bridge as Siegfried's raft passed by. This man must be the thief, Siegfried thought. Pretty good assumption since he just asked for my sword, I guess. Surrender that sword. It will be it will make a fine addition to what?
A fine addition. There's half of a sentence missing from that statement. The man demanded, and that is a sentence. The man demanded.
And then Siegfried reused his joke from earlier. You will get my sword,
He is a
Siegfried
teenager.
grinned. Is it funny yet? Wait, is his title Rage of Executor? I feel like they found the wrong word there.
Rage of what?
Rage of Executor. I think that's probably supposed to be Executioner.
Yeah.
Unless Li Long is tasked with the managing somebody's assets after they die.
Well, considering he kills people and steals their swords, maybe.
Fair point. He was an assassin for the Ming Dynasty. We're not going to go into any further details. We're just going to leave it at that. His life ruined after... What? His life ruined after the murder of his beloved Chie. He now steals weapons from every swordsman that travels the Yangtze River. It's, that sentence. It's like
grammar.
It makes sense, but at the same time, when you read it, you're just like, wait a fucking minute.
Yeah, it's like when you're reading a book out loud, and it's like, you know what it's supposed to say, but it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, you just kind of automatically fill in the...
Right, it's like you realize it's not right, and you correct it as you're going.
Yeah.
It's dumb otherwise.
Why am I trying to attack? I should just throw all day. Or try to throw. Or get hit by bladed nunchuck. I suppose before next time I play this, I'll have to actually set the shoulder buttons.
Yep.
Kind of used to that.
I'm sorry, that kills me.
Well, it's obvious because he's got nunchuck. He doesn't need a sword.
Wait, did they re-record that? Because I remember the version of the game that I played. The announcer would always say Li Long's name like he was asking a question.
Li Long?
Yeah.
I guess they might have for the greatest hits version. Entirely possible.
Yep.
Well, also when I think about it, he's actually using just a bunch apparently sickles chained together, so it's kind of like he's using a sword.
Kind of.
In a way.
Yeah. I remember that. Didn't they just kind of give up on the whole blade thing after this? Like, what's his face in the next game doesn't have blades on his nunchucks?
Moxie, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Li Long kicks Siegfried into the river, still clutching his sword, and Siegfried just kind of flips him off as he flies into the water.
They just call him bladed nunchaku in this game.
It's just fuck, I forgot to actually steal his sword. Crap, now I gotta fish it out from the bottom of the river.
Oh, you're gonna have fun with the story for Li Long, because I seem to recall him gaining many weapons that made absolutely no sense given what he actually used.
Yeah.
Somehow it turned into bladed nunchucks.
I think the weapon you're thinking of is a Kusarigama ferret. I think.
This very unique weapon is one that I'm finding everywhere.
Although at the same time, what is that? A Kusarigama is actually just a sickle on a chain, I think. Punt. Stop blocking, get kicked. Because otherwise it's just basically two sickles chained together.
Yep. You know, on one hand, I applaud the game's use of the different languages. On the other, I wish that they had thought to give everybody subtitles so we knew what the hell they were saying.
But why the hell would they do that?
Not like we want to know what people are saying or anything.
It's true, we don't.
I do think it's funny that I remember there was a game, I think it was like Tekken 5. Everybody spoke in their native language, but when they did, like, they would all speak in their native language to each other,
and
they would all be speaking languages.
And they'd all understand each other.
Exactly. One person would talk in English, next person would talk in Japanese, and they would carry on a conversation like there was nothing wrong with that. Like they're Pokemon or something.
I'd like to believe that Siegfried just keeps swimming back to the raft, progressively more and more bloody.
That sounds like something Siegfried would do. Just wearing full armor.
Full armor, still carrying his sword. Using his sword as a boogie board. Just constantly climbing back up on the raft, like, panting and wheezing, just kind of pointing, it's like, oh no, we're not done yet.
Hard steel blade.
That is exactly what it is. I think that's actually the weapon I use most of the time. Chie, as he groaned in pain, Lidlong plunged into the water and got away. Like a fish.
Mm-hmm.
After defeating the mysterious thief Lidlong, Siegfried discovered numerous stolen swords along the river. Like, what, you just fucking dive in and get them?
He said along the river, like on the side of the river.
Well, that could mean either alongside the river or literally in the river as you're going along.
I choose the answer that makes sense.
I was just going with the one that was more humorous.
Okay.
Then again, look at the size of that raft, and he has nobody to socialize with.
Yep.
That and, well, just going diving while he's waiting for his river raft ride to end. Use his sword as an anchor. Among them was a big Chinese blade weapon, hard steel blade. Named by Li Long himself. Where the fuck do I go now? I guess the other side of the globe, apparently.
Sure.
Somehow Siegfried ended up in Italy. The progression here is like, wait.
Yeah, it's not even remotely logical at all.
He rode the raft all the way from China back to the Mediterranean.
Yep.
When he ran out of river, he just paddled on his raft.
Using his sword.
Yep.
Siegfried got lost and wandered Eurasia.
The wealthy and greedy Verci?
Yep, Verci, there we go.
Hid his treasure in a vault at the bottom of a 50-meter pit on an uninhabited island. It is rumored to be impregnable. Siegfried and his band, the Black Wind, once planned to break into the secret vault, and the attempt fared terribly, and he lost many of his men. Can Soul Edge really be here?
Japanese person for a second?
Yeah. Ended terribly.
Okay, that's bad. Let's not do that.
Can Soul Edge really be here? Though wounded by the trap, Siegfried finally reached the pitch-black vault. So, like, conservation of manpower allowed him to get to the bottom of the pit.
Of course.
Guarding for
Maybe it's because they screwed everything up when they were there last time.
all the traps are still set off.
Yep.
Well, Voldo is blind, so it's not likely he reset them himself.
Are you sure the blind guy that's fighting people
Well,
couldn't possibly reset traps on his own?
Well, how would he know where they were unless he could actually, see them? Especially after they've gone off.
Know by memory?
That's true. He is fucking at the bottom of a 50-meter vault and has been there apparently most of his life.
Yep.
Just counts the steps to each trap. Guarding.
How else do blind people cope? How do they cope? I mean, that's what they do. So.
I don't know. My only real experience with blind people is Daredevil, and that's probably not a good metric.
No.
Guarding.
I don't know. I keep thinking of that one scene. There's like a clip from a comic, and it isn't what's actually happening in the comic, but basically, Daredevil has a machine gun.
Oh my God! What's happening? I'm so sorry.
Yes, exactly. Oh my God.
Guarding for Chief's treasure gives Voldo the only reason to live. Although he is blind and insane from his years in the dark pit, his assassination techniques are fearful and killed all those who attempted to enter the money pit. Wait, I thought it was a treasure vault.
Interchangeable?
A sword can be used to get money.
This is probably going to have to be the last episode, by the way.
Yeah,
for now.
About 3 minutes left, and we'll see if I actually manage to do it in that time.
Okay.
Ooh, another Fanatic. I love that song.
Yep, that song's pretty cool.
Nope. I have to remember also how to sidestep in this game.
Yep.
Still,
can you sidestep in this game?
Yes. I just can't. I think it's. Is it down and guard?
Yeah, it's reasonable to assume in a fictional universe that every blind person has Daredevil or Zatoichi abilities, unless we've been given another reason to think otherwise.
Although also being blind would definitely explain why Voldo's costumes get progressively weirder.
Yep.
He doesn't.
Justice and whatever people give him.
Or he just kind of picks it out. Like, oh,
yeah.
This feels like it'll fit.
Yeah, I imagine somebody just hand him, here's your clothes. And he just puts them on.
Perfect again. Getting wrecked.
Stop sucking, Alex.
I'll try. No promises. Oh,
man, just hurt you. Just. I'm sorry. I'm at the point where he just dived at you.
Yeah, I do basically have one hit. Also, apparently, I take damage from blocking.
Yep. Which is also kind of cool, but what are you gonna do?
Well, actually, no, not blocking. From just attacking in general. It looks like.
Die repeatedly. That's what.
Maybe switch back. Well, Atlas Sword is actually weak as shit, so we'll just... Wait, Hard Steel Blade, yes! I forgot about that. Stronger than Grim Blade.
Did you switch to Hard Steel?
Yeah.
Hard Steel Blade.
But wrecked. I don't think he so much remembered that he had a gang of thieves so much as he remembered that they were a thing he once had.
Yep.
We went all the way to Italy once to try to raid this vault. Who knows why, but... Oh, Voldo.
Wait, you're not talking about this game, are you?
Oh,
because
okay.
he's talking about something that happened before the game started.
All right, guys, we're going on a trip. Where to, boss? To Italy. Why? We're gonna raid a vault.
We're gonna jump down a 50-meter pit.
Why, boss? Because treasure. Wait, boss, are you talking about that 50-meter pit filled with traps and that apparently a crazy blind guy? No.
Yes.
That's silly. You're silly. Boss, what if we told you about that kind of thing? Shut up, we're going to Italy. I already paid for everybody's boat tickets. Yeah, I finally did it.
Nice.
Read the whatever's in the book and then call it a night.
Yep.
Yep, totally.
Shut up.
Wait, what? Again?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You had two wins.
Oh, Jesus. And then I lost because I blocked. Never mind.
I never had such an easy victory.
Right, so we're just gonna save and we'll do this again.
Okay, you give up then. Okay.
Well, you also said you probably wanted to stop at 11, unless you.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say I could go one more round, and probably last about a minute.
Yeah, give it one more shot.
Sure,
give
why
it
not?
one more shot.
We'll do it. We'll do the thing.
One more for the. You can do it, Alex.
Nope, not looking like it. Yeah, I did it. Now I have to do it again.
Yep.
Valdo just kind of gets back up like, okay, one more time. Nope, holy shit.
Nope.
Right across the arena.
Like I said, the worst thing is when he just dives you and just there's no way you're gonna avoid that.
And then he kicks Siegfried right out of the vault. Literally.
You think he's maybe a little salty about it?
I love it. Just boot. There he goes.
Man, that is something else.
Maybe that's how Siegfried ends up in the next place he goes. Just gets kicked right out of the vault. Like Heihachi.
Siegfried was booted out of the vault and landed in Japan.
Sort of like Heihachi in Tekken 5.
You saved again after you lost.
Why not?
Because that totally matters.
Yep. And next time on Radical Bromance, probably more losing on my part.
Hopefully not.
Probably.
Maybe I'll actually get a chance to practice in between.
Yeah, probably. I should probably do that at some point for next time.
Yep.
I don't feel like it'll help.
I need to look into getting...
I don't feel like it'll help too much.
Yeah, maybe just play through arcade mode or something. That'll get you a little bit up on it. But yeah, I need to get my computer straightened out, get me a capture card so I can do this with Parappa. That's going to be some rage. Let me tell you.
Well, fix PC first, then capture.
Oh well, yeah. Well, I've got a good possibility of getting a capture card without too much, but the PC definitely needs to be straightened out first.
With the you can always ask Ghostly if he has any suggestions. Unless you
Say what?
You can always ask Ghostly if he has any suggestions, unless you already have.
I have not talked to him. I probably should. But I said what'll probably end up happening is next chance I have I have like some actual free cash that isn't being spent on gifts or bills or anything else.
Or more video games.
Or well, yeah. I'll get it done.